everyone. Today I want to talk about an animal that I really want you to know because over the past year I fell in love with it, and I want you guys to know as well and maybe learn something about it. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about this animal. Now I use Chinese to write the things because this was originally a Chinese project, so just ignore it, and then I'm going to use English to say it. So what is this animal? And today we're going to talk about all the features it has and what things it does or what they eat. So the first page, let's learn about their names. Now I'm not going to say the Chinese names, but let's just say the English one. As you can see, their name is axolotls, and as you can see, they look like this. And I'm going to talk about more of the appearance in later on pages. So let's talk about some facts of theirs. Axolotls, well, they take a very long time to grow into a full-grown axolotl. So they should take about 18 to 24 months just to be full-grown. And if you want a full-grown length axolotl, then, well, it should be 150 millimeters long to 450 millimeters long. And as you can see, axolotls have these weird thingies on them, which I'm going to talk even more about later on, but they're called external gills. Yes, correct. External gills. Now, I made this clay version of an axolotl just so you can see it clearly, and it's the part of these little parts. Now, these external gills have 3 on them of the sides, and that makes it total in 6. That means there's 6 of these gills in total, but there's just 3 on each side. I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about their colors. So, axolotls, you should see my face sculpture is a pink axolotl, but you can see in the picture there's even more colors. Well, there's a lot of different colors, but the pink is the most common. The other colors are also common as well. So let me talk about them. There's yellow, gold, brown, and even black. But there's even one more that's even interesting. And they are actually only one right now in the world. And yeah, it costs $750. How expensive could it be? But I mean, it is a rare one, so yeah. And well, let me show you how it looks, or maybe let me tell you how it looks. I'm sorry. They are just a regular pink axolotl, but what's so special about it? They have these yellow spots. Let me take my clay axolotl. And they have some yellow spots from here to the back here of their body. And that's one of the rarest versions of axolotls. And scientists are still finding a new way to breed a second one and make more versions of it. So, yeah. And now, let's move on to how they look. Now, as you can see from the pictures, you could see a lot of things going on, but let me show you closely everything. So, axolotls have a very small mouths, very small eyes, and very big mouths. That's what I'm trying to say. And they have these external gills, or wiggly detectors, I guess, as the Google said. And they are basically gills, but are also detectors. And why do they need detectors? Well, because they couldn't use their eye. They're actually blind, which makes me very sad to know that. And so they couldn't see. And they use their detectors, I guess, to know where's there like a prey or any food around. And yeah, they're quite fat. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Their bodies are quite big and long, I should say. And if you look closely, they actually have some sort of lines on their body here. Let me show you. I should just grab this first. In the beginning, they have these like little lines here. And I don't really know what's the reason for it, but I could search it up maybe in my free time, I guess. I do have a lot, but I'm lazy. And there's this tail here that's very long. Okay, let's talk about something else. Yes, you might be thinking at this point, what do they really eat? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. So, axolotls are actually a meat-based animals, so they eat on meat. So that's why they only eat small fishes, maybe some bloodworms, or some mealworms. I personally, if I would ever get one, which my parents would not allow me, no, because of space, we don't have that much, then I would personally feed them some mealworms or bloodworms because that's more easy to handle. Fishes, you have to buy them and they're very expensive. These worms just cost like a few bucks in like other fish shops. But did you also know baby axolotls are extra picky? They only eat alive worms or maybe alive bloodworms. That's what I'm trying to say. They're extra picky and they only eat something that's alive still. Yeah, I know. And lastly, I'm going to tell you what place they live on. By the whole project, you can already see they live in Mexico. And you might be thinking, Hailey, I just saw them in Hong Kong yesterday. Well, you see, other fish shops do have them. I mean, Mexico could ship some to Hong Kong and give them it. You might even see them in the USA or somewhere else. But yeah, this is their hometown where they actually live. And I also want to talk some small facts about them. So I'm just going to put my little project down. And I'm going to talk about how you can identify axolotls' genders. Now, it might be very hard because they look very much alike and they look the same. Nothing really different. Well, you see, axolotls actually have a bump on their bottom if they are a boy. If they're a girl, then they don't have a bump. So that's why I named my clay axolotl Daisy. And lastly, they're actually cold water animals. So if you plan on actually keeping one, make sure to get them cold water and not salt water as well, because they are actually tap water animals. I don't know how to say it. I just know they're tap water animals. And that is the end of the presentation. Hope you learned something about axolotls, and I hope you like them as much as I do. And if you actually plan on keeping them, make sure to get some more information about them, because I haven't said all of them. For example, the years of how they can live, how long, and how pricey they can get. So yeah, maybe if you really plan on keeping one, just keep a doll for now. And that's all I'm going to talk about today. Hope you have a great night or a great evening or even a great morning. And goodbye. Now close the cameras, please.